Hi, I'd like you to meet Thomas, Holger, Jack, Ruben, Alex, our driver Rob, Bella, Brooke, Eliska, Megan, Ava, Kaya, and obviously me. Us 12 plus 4 teachers were lucky enough to get the opportunity to fly around a quarter of the world to Durban in South Africa to work with a charity for whom we have raised money for the past 7 months. I experienced some of the most memorable moments in my life, including caring for AIDS patients, planting trees, playing rugby with the Vikings Academy, ziplining over 300-meter high gorge, but more on that later, and especially spending time with the orphans who have nothing, which was what stuck with me the most. Let's start off at the beginning of the week. We arrived in Port Shepstone late in the evening on Saturday, but Sunday morning is when we saw the country for the first time. We headed off to Kula, a nursery about half an hour away from where we stayed, in a rural area. This is where we spent most of our time helping Genesis, the organization we support. Throughout the 3 days we spent at Kula, we planted around 11 trees ourselves that would act as sunshade once grown, and we made 2 small rock gardens either side of the entrance gate. Later on in the week we met Trevor, the person who organised the AIDS clinic. He told us a lot about the current situation in Port Shepstone concerning AIDS.
In this community, you would probably find that a lot of 16-year-old young people your age have lost both their parents to AIDS.
One of the most shocking things being that more than 50% of people in this area carry AIDS. That's more than every second person. He also led us through the clinic with the AIDS patients. On the last day of the week, before we went ziplining, we headed off to a rural school about 45 minutes inland called Murchison. It is a mixed school with children ranging from 8 to 19 years old. At the school we introduced ourselves and shared our cultures. We told them about our home and they told us about theirs. Some of the students walk well over an hour every single morning to go to school. They sang songs for us. And spontaneously we sang some songs for them too. What stood out a lot was their ability to sing and their flexibility in their legs. After viewing the high school, we travelled to Lake Eland, where we went ziplining. Supposedly these ziplines are the longest and the fastest in South Africa. After that, we walked over a hanging bridge and took some insane pictures from a viewpoint. For our last night, we stayed in the reserve. We went swimming in the lake and had a barbecue with everyone involved in the project. The next morning we headed back home to Switzerland after a successful week. That was our week in South Africa helping the Genesis Hope charity. See part 1 here. What is Genesis? I want to donate. South Africa long-term project.